Ruslan.
A while ago, Kanye dropped a date for his new album, Donda. Now, people weren't sure when that was coming out. They wasn't sure if it was coming out last year, 2020, or this year. Well, apparently he dropped the date last year, but it's really coming out this year, or so it seems. He held a private listening party at Benny Perez's church in Las Vegas. A lot of you guys don't know the details. We're going to get into all the details. I'm going to show you an exclusive clip that nobody has seen with Benny Perez reacting, Pastor Benny Perez reacting to the Kanye live stream that I had sent to me. I almost went to this thing, but by the time I hit the link, actually, I'm gonna keep it back. I probably wouldn't have driven up to Vegas on a Sunday night, but I did get the link sent to me, and by the time I clicked on it, it was already sold out for the registration thing. He plays the whole album, and I want to talk about what we know, what's confirmed, and it was interesting. So I'm gonna play the Benny Perez clip at the end, so watch that in. I'm not gonna make this video super long. I gotta send a shout out to my brother Vintage Jesus Tees. That is who sent me this video. I'm gonna play his story and do that, and then I'm gonna play the exclusive video he sent just to me. I got an exclusive video of Pastor Benny Perez reacting to the listening party. It's really cool. So what we know so far is the Donda album is coming. The Donda album may be here Friday. That's what it looks like. What we know is that Kanye played the whole thing. He apparently played it directly out of Pro Tools. Pro Tools is a software that the music is used to record it in. So it doesn't seem like it's mixed or mastered just yet. There were parts that were uneven, parts that were loud. Obviously, they confiscated everybody's cell phones, so we don't have that much footage directly from it. It's floating on Twitter. I'm not going to react to it for the AdSense. But what we do know is that they played the whole thing. And this is the part that stood out to me, is there was some profanity on it, but we don't know if it was from Kanye or we don't know if it was from the featured artist. The artists are stacked on this thing. Apparently Playboy Cardi's on it. A bunch of artists are on it. We don't know who the profanity was from necessarily. I heard the snippets on it. It sounds fire. People are saying it's an incredible album. We do know that he turned the volume down on the vocals and kept trying to catch the cuss words himself. Why do I say this? Because Kanye's in a church context. There's something in his spirit telling him, this isn't appropriate. I shouldn't do this. And apparently, Jesus is King also initially had some profanity on the original launch of it, and then they were pulling down and censoring it, or taking out the cuss words. He re-recorded the cuss words. So it seems like, at the very least, he's conscious enough to take out some of the profanity. I hope it's another clean album. I like Kanye not cussing. I don't know. I think it's a more challenge creatively. I know true Kanye fans are going to be like, no, he's definitely not going back to his, bees and hoes and get money and the superficial Kanye. Even the superficial raps are superficial. He's not going back to that Kanye. But it seems like there is some profanity, but it's hopefully getting edited out. The record apparently is crazy. It's super dope. The snippets I've heard sounded super fire. Again, they confiscated everybody's cell phones. And I got this clip I'm going to play you guys from Pastor Benny Perez reacting to it immediately and pointing out something really interesting. Before we do that, gotta send a big shout out to my brother Vintage Jesus Tees, friend of mine on Instagram, super dope business based in San Diego, and I want to show you guys his little story and some of the clips from here.
So randomly after church, my friend invites me to go to the Kanye West listening party. So of course, I get in my car and start driving to Las Vegas. I was driving up from San Diego, was lucky enough to get there at 5:30, right when they're opening the doors to be able to find our seats. They welcomed us to the event and played 2 unreleased commercials with Sha'Carri Richardson for Beats Audio featuring some of Kanye West's new music. Then started first track.
The first track of the new album.
So I'm assuming he didn't get this footage because he said his phone was confiscated. He has a part 2 coming to this.
Donda, a song called Come to Life that will be performed by 4 young prodigies.
I was lucky enough to get a picture where the 4 young prodigies played. Immediately after the first track, you hear an interview of Donda West talking about her son Kanye and how proud she is of him. Kanye dedicated this album to his mom, Donda West. I was also able to get a picture right where Kanye played. Overall, had an amazing time. Follow me in part 2 so you can hear what I think of the album and to hear some exclusive clips. Thanks so much for watching.
So shout out to my brother, appreciate him. I'm gonna show you guys the clip he sent me of Pastor Benny Perez reacting to the Kanye listening party, which I thought was very interesting. Okay, so the album's called Donda, seemingly coming out this week. So again, this is Pastor Benny Perez immediately after. I don't think anybody has seen this clip, so I appreciate my brother Vintage Jesus Tees for sending this to me. So check this clip out and listen to what he says.
I think that the one I liked the most was the God Beat. Was that the favorite?
So he's talking about the song that he liked the most, God Breathe. That's, by the way, Kanye's Sprinter van.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, so when it drops.
I just wish he had said something.
I just wish he had said something.
Yeah.
So you can't really say what you're saying. She's like, I just wish he would said something.
Yeah, you know what? I don't know what's going on with all that.
He's like, I don't know what's going on with all that.
You know, I'm grateful. I think we're all grateful he showed up.
No, for sure.
Right? And
Once
he
in
did
a
it
lifetime.
and he did it at a church.
Yeah. Come on.
You know, which is it.
Like you'd be like, goodbye everybody.
church.
Or hi church, you know?
Yeah.
Just nothing.
But you know, it was just awesome. I just appreciate, first of all, I appreciate the church and all the guests that came. Because you know what? I think it was just really, it was a fun event, and there was sometimes crazy stuff starts happening. And it didn't happen here.
Everyone was in
Show us
order.
your
God's
photo.
respectful. What's
You know
that?
you got a photo.
What photo?
Show us your photo.
You had to get a photo. Come on.
Show your photos.
Apparently, this dude wears the mask the entire session, comes on stage, and says nothing for the whole thing. Not a single word. Really interesting. Interesting because what do we know from Kanye? Who was Kanye before Jesus? He was outspoken, over the top, big mouth, blah, 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 blah. And there's still some of that, right, if you watch his interviews. But he's doing this thing with the mask. You don't ever see his face. And he doesn't say anything, just lets the music speak for itself, which is really, really fascinating that he is not saying anything. So I thought that was really interesting. I'm most excited of Kanye continuing to be overtly outspoken about his faith in Jesus. Hopefully the record as a whole reflects that. We'll see. I think it will. I think they'll probably, hopefully, God willing, check out some of the profanity. Not because I think profanity is the biggest deal, but because I don't want it to seem like he's being incongruent and he's switching back and forth. Hopefully he just remains the same Kanye and just makes the music better and better and better. Jesus is King was cool. I think the next record that came out, Washed Us in the Blood, was fire. And hopefully this continues going in that direction. Hopefully this record continues building on Washed Us in the Blood, continues building on making really fire art from one of the most innovative artists of our generation, who's highly prolific, but that's also unapologetically reflective of his Christian faith and isn't compromising and isn't watering anything down. So that's my heart for it. I want to hear from you guys. What do you guys think? I think this is an exciting time. Apparently everybody that was there, so the album slaps, it's fire, it's dope, features are nuts. The artwork has been leaked. It's actually in the thumbnail that apparently North, his daughter, drew. So I'm excited, man. I think this is gonna be dope. I like Jesus King. I didn't love it. I really liked Wash This in the Blood with Travis Scott. And I think this hopefully goes in that same energy. It seems like he's back to sampling. It seems like he's back to College Dropouts. It's like he's really back to rapping and bars. So I'm excited to see this thing, man. I think it's a great testimony to those people that are far from God and those people that are walking with God, to see what happens when someone uses their talents, their gifts, their time, their talent, and treasure to honor Jesus. So those are my thoughts, man. Let me know what y'all think. Appreciate you guys. Love you. Peace.
Kingstream Entertainment. Ruslan.
Hey, thank you so much for making it to the end of this video. If you found it valuable, please consider giving it a like and subscribing. You can check out one of the other videos related to this that'll be over here. Now, I gotta tell you about a free training I have for anyone that is an entrepreneur, a creative, an artist, but maybe you are unsure on how to find your voice, how to find your niche. I have a free training in the description of this video. Check it out. Once again, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you, and I will see you on the next video.